Hi, I'm John Vucicevic, and this is Rob Lambert's AssetProtectionTraining.com. This is the Roth 101 Basic class. Roth is an IRA, and just like the IRA, stands for Individual Retirement Agreement. However, it's associated with Roth. Roth was a congressman who came up with it. It's a personal savings account, very similar to the IRA, and is designed to provide us with supplements to what our social benefits would be upon retirement. Help ourselves with respect to savings. The Roth itself is the wrapper that provides us with the qualification of the money. A qualification of the money means that it has some sort of tax benefit to it. And inside the Roth, all the income or all the money that you put into the Roth does not have a tax deduction to it, but the interest or income that it earns, the money that in there earns, has a tax deferral to it. So why would you put money into a Roth? And the reason you would put money into the Roth, because at some point in time, all the income that is generated by that tool will be tax-free to you. Well, that's huge, having some sort of tax-free income down the road. So you sacrifice the tax deduction now to have the tax benefits later. And similar to the IRA, there are investment tools that you can use inside the Roth, or banks. You can have CDs in there, you can have mutual funds in there from mutual fund companies, from financial institutions like brokerage houses. You can have any array of tools that they have, or products that they have funding the Roth to get the income and the interest. Real estate has been very popular in recent years, and currently gold is being sold as part of an asset that should be inside of a Roth. In 2011, you can put in, if you're 50 and under, up to $5,000 into a Roth in addition to your IRA. And if you're 50 and older, you can put up to $6,000 in. Now, there are some requirements from income standpoints, and if you have, as you can see on the screen, $177,000 of income, it's adjusted gross income, and you're married filing jointly, you can still contribute to the Roth. If you're single, it's $120,000, and the same working or non-working spouse rules apply, meaning that if you have a non-working spouse at home, he or she can have the same types of contribution limits listed on the screen, as long as the incomes meet those guidelines. You have to be 18 years of age in order to begin one, and have earned income. We'll define what that means in just a bit here. The 59.5 rule applies too. So if you're 59.5 and you have a Roth, and you want to buy a car, put your kids through school, or younger than 59.5, you're going to get a surprise by taking money out of that account. The tax-free income down the road comes with some strings now, and those strings mean that you're going to pay a 10% penalty, not the tax, but you're going to pay a 10% penalty on the money that's withdrawn from a Roth that's outside the guidelines. Buying a car and putting kids through school are outside the guidelines. Also, there's an additional rule here different than the IRA, and that's the 5-year rule. You have to have the Roth in place 5 years before you take anything out of it. Any assets that are removed from the Roth inside that window of time are going to also be taxed, just the income of course, and the 10% penalty if you're 59.5 or under. The 70.5 rule does not apply. Well, this, in addition to the tax-free income, which in itself is huge, you do not have the required minimum distribution rules associated with the Roth as you do with all other qualified kinds of money. What kind of income is counted? Well, I mentioned this already. It's earned income. Earned income is 1099 W-2 income. Typically, you go to work and you get up in the morning and drive in, or you work from your home or something like that. I did mention real estate. Real estate is an asset that can be inside your Roth. Doesn't have to be earned income earning. It can be the asset. But if you have a business that's a rental business and that's your sole source of income, that could be considered earned income. That's very different from the person that has a house or two, then they're collecting rental income from that. That's going to be considered passive income. Other things that would be considered passive income would be CD interest, 1099s from capital gains or capital gains tax, or 1099s for dividend interest that you earn in investment portfolios. So that kind of wraps up the basics on the Roth. I thank you for watching, and this is Rob Lambert's AssetProtectionTraining.com. My name's John Vucicevic. Thanks again.